What's going on, ladies and gentle strips? And it is Linux MLG here again with another video. Finally something other than raid, but this is usually the alternative. If I do usually get a gameplay other than raid, it's probably standoff. And I could have had a good slums match actually, to be honest, but there was like this one warrior and this bullshit. He was on blue stairs coming down, and I pre-fired it with my MSMC, and I got first shots on him, and he one bursted me, and my guy actually picked him off, but because of that, he got killed in the back. So we ended up losing, and I rage quit. It was just so stupid. But this is another league play match, and my next video is gonna actually be something completely different. Not completely, yeah, it will be actually completely different from anything. It's gonna be the first part of a series that I'm putting on my channel, and so you'll get to see that. I'll probably put it up tomorrow, to be honest. So make sure you look out for that. But anyways, let's get straight into it because I know the reason that you came to this is because of the title. Yes, Merk was dropped from OpTic. He did not leave. He was dropped for reasons I do not know, and OpTic will probably not say. And if they do, it probably won't be for a while. But they did drop Merk. They did pick up JKap, and so I'm just gonna go ahead and give some of my thoughts on what I think of this, how I think OpTic's gonna do without Merk, and if they're gonna play better or worse with JKap, as well as how I think this affects OpTic. So, anyways, if you know OpTic, you're probably upset that this happened, but you probably thought it could be. You probably think it could have been worse with someone else because MB is the brother team, and so they could have picked up, someone else that you might not have liked. And I'm sure most people that like OpTic like JKap as well. I'm sure any one of you that do like OpTic, because I know how you OpTic fans are, you really liked the main four, so you probably are really upset that this happened. And, it's understandable. I honestly never expected OpTic to do a roster change at all, to be honest, ever, for the rest of, like, ever, unless someone was to actually quit gaming. And Merk actually mentioned how he doesn't know if he will keep playing, which I do think that would be dumb if he quit, because he is a good player. And, I honestly think he could go to Envy. I'm sure Envy would pick him up. It would be like a trade sort of thing. Um, of course, Envy's not on the same pedestal as OpTic is. OpTic does have more revenue coming in, more fan base, but Envy is the second. I would say, in my opinion, I think it's the second. So, it wouldn't be bad if he went to Envy, as well as a lot of people, I'm sure, would enjoy if he went to Envy instead of completely quit playing. Envy would probably be most people's next favorite team for him to go on. And I'm just saying that because I'm just saying that because this is, like, in my opinion, from what I see. I'm not talking for you guys, I'm just talking for what I would expect you guys would be like, for you OpTic fans. And I am an OpTic fan, but I'm not like the hardcore, like, yeah, Nate shot, yeah, like, I'm not like that. I'm like, yo, Nate, OpTic, you guys are pretty cool. They're not my favorite team. My favorite team, I'm not exactly sure. I do like Envy, and I do like Complexity. I liked Envy with JKap on it, honestly, and I don't think it'll change. But I actually expected Stainville to go to OpTic, because Stainville, he's on SOAR, and that's not really a top team. I would say, yeah, they're a good team, but not necessarily a top team. And Stainville, he showed that he could play the anchor role, as well as he has a big fan base, and Envy was his brother team. So I thought, honestly, he was going to be the one OpTic went for, but JKap left. And I don't think JKap had any problems with Envy. I know Merk had some sort of problems with OpTic or whatever, just by the sound of the tweets that not Nate Shot, Scump put out, and maybe Big Timer, I'm not sure exactly what they all said, but I do know for a fact that there was some sort of problem with Merk, because Scump kind of said that it was like a team decision. It had to be made. It just wasn't working out anymore. So there was some sort of problem with Merk. Not sure. Maybe he just wasn't. Because if, in my opinion, please don't hate. In my opinion, Merk didn't seem as excited to game or as much as the others. Like he did do it, and he didn't play Minecraft as much as the others, but he never really seemed interested to play, even when he was playing. He just wasn't there, it seemed like to me. But yeah, JKap, of course, I don't think he had any problems. It's just whenever there's a situation, if you could be on OpTic, you're gonna go to OpTic. I don't care who you are, you're going to OpTic. And actually, there was someone on Envy that says they're never leaving Envy. I think that's Proofy. I don't know if they offered Proofy first. I'm not sure if they did that, and that's why he tweeted out that he's never leaving Envy. So if he declined that, that's a pretty bold move for someone to do, and I do give him props for sticking with what he enjoys more over money, which is pretty much what OpTic is. OpTic equals money. As much as you guys want to admit it or not, OpTic equals revenue. That's just how it is because OpTic, they all stream for money. They all made YouTube, so they're money makers as well as they're obviously competitive gamers. But their team, is kind of becoming more money, less competitive, and you can kind of see that by the way that they decline going to PAX. Um, they they lose first, second round in GBs. That's not the biggest thing because it's GBs, but you could tell, whether or not it's the GB rule set is the reason why they're doing so bad. Listen, like that's not the full reason why they're doing bad. They're just not playing together. They're not getting their chemistry down like they're supposed to. But anyways, moving on to how I think they'll play with JKap. Now, with Merk, they placed first at UMG Chicago. They placed third, fifth, third. And so fifth being the worst placing is actually not bad at all. It's not bad at all. And but they do want to win championships. Everyone wants to win championships. They're OpTic. They're expected to win championships instead of getting third place every time. Um, and you can't necessarily be one that's like, hey, you have to win championships for me because you're not the one playing. They are. It's tough. But then again, they're not showing that they're trying to win championships because they're not scrimming. Now, people are saying that they lost the will to win. Maybe that's not so much. Maybe they lost the will to practice. If it lies the question, if they weren't making so much money, would they be screaming more? Would they be trying harder to win a championship? Every other team is screaming. They say, well, our next event is until October. Well, I mean, even though there's a lot of teams that went to PAX, every team's still screaming. I mean, Quantic's still screaming every day, pretty much. Fear is every day. They didn't go to PAX. They're screaming every day for MLG Columbus. That's what they're screaming for. So, why OpTic isn't screaming for that? I can't necessarily tell you. I can't say it's for the money. I can't say that. Maybe they just really like Minecraft. And there was that situation where Scump and Merk, were leaving, but they could always use a fill-in, and now they've been back, so they could always be starting to practice. And so it doesn't look like their will to win is like that. But as far as being with JKap, I think he is a better addition to Merk, and I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate, maybe a lot of dislikes. I don't really care because this is my opinion. Your opinion is different, and if you dislike because your opinion is different, that's kind of dumb. If you want to tell your opinion, you can leave it in the comments. But yeah, I definitely think JKap. I think he's a better anchor than Merk. Merk, I think, can come in clutch a little more in S&D and maybe has a better shot than JKap. But JKap, I think, is a smarter anchor and just a better overall player. He can slay an anchor, which is really good. Where Merk is mainly straight up anchor. He's gonna do what the anchor role does, and that's it. Where JKap is kind of like a deadly duo. He's got and watch this clip right here. I just go off right here. But anyways, JKap does his anchor role how he's supposed to, as well as he can slay in the anchor department as well. So time will tell if OpTic is gonna start doing better, if they're gonna start doing worse. They did just get this addition, but like they said, they have 2 months, so they do have a really long time to fit JKap in, as well as he's like a brother teammate. So as far as getting along, I don't think that's going to be a problem at all. But I hope you like this commentary, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.